Here's Dembrowski to start it. The shot. The goal! UConn's got a late lead. Yandevert with the goal. The Huskies are on top. 12 minutes to go in regulation. Old Dominion's been held off the board so far here today. The second highest scoring team in the conference. Old Dominion has failed to score in 110 minutes against UConn's stout defense this season. The Huskies outscoring the Monarchs 3-0 in nearly 2 full games between these two. Sent into the middle, Sprecher there, just a half step ahead of the arriving Monarch. That one sent in the direction of goal, and it is. The equalizer as Old Dominion ties it up here in the fourth.
You really could just see as they came off the bench, the ODU attack has just put it into a different gear. They want to score. I mean, you could just see the desire in Marlon's performance that she was committed to getting into the circle and getting a shot off, and surrounded by her teammates, able to do that. They were just peppering the goalkeeper with shots, and were really committed to just getting in the circle and making something happen.
What a great low-angle shot by DeBruyne. Boy, that is not easy to do with all of the shots from out top that she could not get on frame. For her to have the precision to get that to go, really, really impressive.
I mean, this is the second time we're going to talk about social media in this broadcast, but if you want to see some phenomenal goals, you could go to ODU Field Hockey's Twitter handle, and Marlon puts in some highlight reel-worthy goals, and that one, as simple as it seems, you're right, low-angle shot, almost an impossible shot on her reverse, very impressive.
27th goal in her 27th career game. Keeps that pace alive. So now it's a matter of which team's able to stand up for some momentum over the next couple of minutes. At the moment, it has swung back to Old Dominion. Making the trip up from Norfolk, Virginia, by bus, not by plane. The Monarchs showing some resiliency here in the fourth quarter.
I mean, if we had a possession stat, I think ODU wins it for this quarter so far. We've been in this attacking third. They've been moving the ball around and having some staunch defense to shut down UConn early, but right now we're seeing UConn with
Ugo
a really great pass, great effort.
Gives up the body to keep that ball in play, but it's one away from McKenna Sergi.
As soon as you say it, it means that the opposite's going to happen, right? Great surge from UConn, and really amazing pass, leading into space, and excellent effort from the midfield to get the ball up to their high striker.
Chofa Ugo started all but one game so far this year for UConn, averages 40 minutes a contest. She goes out there in bursts, but when she's out there, she delivers. 8 goals, 2 assists, 18 points for the conference freshman of the year. Someone we have not talked a whole lot about is Cam McGillivray, redshirt senior from Calgary, Alberta. And she's put up great numbers this year. 1.5 goals against average. And for McGillivray, she's been solid so far here today. Hasn't been required to make any highlight reel plays, but UConn could certainly have more than just the goal that they do right now, and that is a large part in tribute to McGillivray's play.
And a really important element of goalkeeping that you just can't see as a fan, but when you're on the field, a good goalkeeper is somebody who organizes early, talks to their defenders, understands the tactics of the game, and really puts their players in a position to intercept, step up and mark. And I think both of these keepers, McGillivray and Sprecher, are players that do that really well. I think they're both graduates, seniors, so they've been on the field for a long time and have been playing the sport for a long time and bring that important element to their teams.
carry in here for Old Dominion, and lost out of bounds, but it'll stay Monarch possession.
We'll see ODU take a play out of the UConn playbook of going back to see if we can go back around, but just keeping the ball is essential. We ask players this all the time. You know, what do you need to win? What do you need to score? And they always say passion, intensity. Nope, you need the ball. So keeping the ball is really, really important, not just in this sport, but every sport. You need possession to be able to win.
Yeah, we've got a green card going against Erica Solomon.
And the umpire was right there, so I think he's definitely saw something that we can't see from the other side of the field, but it might have just been a little body on the tackle. We'll see another look at it here, but you can see Erica Solomon coming in from behind. And it might have just been an extra touch on the ball, or
while it was out of bounds, would it have been a delay of game type
Could
call?
be. It could be that. I mean, and especially seeing the green card, that's definitely one of the tools that the umpires use for exactly that, delaying the game, knocking the ball away, anything that's set up to just kind of like shut down the other player's ability to restart the play. So I think you're right there. She knocked the ball away when Marley was getting ready to take the free hit.
I think UConn's argument would be time and circumstance, where it's a tied game. You're not trying to salt away the end of the game if you have a lead, and it's not as if Old Dominion was in the scoring part of the field and you're trying to prevent, you're trying to allow your defense to regroup. So I think that's where Solomon would have been frustrated and UConn's bench would have been frustrated. But the first minute of that green card has already expired with just over 6 minutes to go here in regulation. Alongside Kirsten Gephardt and our sideline reporter Ashley Liotis, Adam Giardino with you from the Sherman Family Sports Complex here in Storrs. Tune in Sunday. A championship and an automatic bid in the NCAA tournament will be handed out. 1 o'clock start. If you can't join us right at 1 o'clock, about 2 o'clock. We'll be late in the second half and getting ready for some high drama down the stretch.
Marlon De Bruyne just got sent off, and we're seeing just some more of that back tackling. And, I really like her style of play. She's aggressive, and she's going for the ball, and in that moment, it was just maybe a little extra physicality coming in from behind. But part of the gamesmanship of this contest, and I think one of her strengths is her intensity and her aggression.
It was Morgan Kaufman who was the one fouled from behind. The green card's released, and there's about a minute and 40-second differential right now for a UConn player-up advantage.
And if you look at the screen right now, you see all of UConn's team under the ball. So, if they do intercept or get it back, it's going to take some time to get the ball up the field, and it looks like they're going to spread the field a bit now, work it up the field.
Courtney Kennedy helps earn possession back for the Huskies. Near side here for Sergey. Ball comes up high on Ulichny.
And just, the way that our tackles are set up, this is, something that happens every once in a while. You get your stick in there for a jab tackle and ends up coming off of your own stick into your own body, and well done on the umpires for catching that.
The Big East Semifinals, the number 2 seeded UConn Huskies taking on the number 3 seed Old Dominion Monarchs. This matchup earlier in the year saw the Huskies take it 2-0. Old Dominion comes into the tournament playing an excellent brand of hockey here, and they're the one that has scored most recently. They've got just a little bit of momentum on its side. Marlon De Bruyne with the equalizer, about 11 minutes left in regulation when she delivered.
And it looks like she just returned to the game, so we're numbers even for the foreseeable 3 minutes and 30 seconds still remaining.
And DeBryna did not stop it. They are not giving possession to UConn. They are forcing the restart, though, to come back. And I think earlier in the game, not in a critical spot, we would have seen the possession switch there back to the Huskies, but the officials don't want to give away that critical of a possession late.
Yeah, and I think it's always, you know, a question of how intentional was it, or how much of an advantage was it giving to the attacking team. So, you know, you look at that play and it might have been so close to the whistle that, you know, they understand that she was taking it really fast and it wasn't necessarily, you know, an easy choice for her to make. So I think there's always a little bit of intention that plays into it as well.
3 minutes to go in regulation. We knew these two teams would come in evenly matched, and they have been just that over the first 57 minutes of this one. Off the foot of IE Young, who exited in the first half, second quarter with an injury. Returned with her left knee wrapped up. That one's deflected with a high stick before it got into the body of Young, so that's why it's UConn possession.
Great job from ODU to control that aerial down.
Yeah.
They've been doing a really great job of receiving these balls out of the air, controlling them quickly and generating some attack.
Now Lejeune deadened that one. Here's DeBryna with a shot from a similarly low angle, and that one was read well by Sprecher as she pulled her leg out of the way, realized it was missing wide.
Missing wide and struck from outside of the circle, but that takes a lot of confidence. She had to do some preparation to know that that one, there wasn't anybody hanging out on her far post. I'm sure she has a very clear understanding of what's going on in her circle, so that's some high-level goalkeeping to know what angle you're on. It's not going to hit the post, and I don't have anybody on the far post that could score, so well done her.
A break for the Huskies into the circle, taken away, but kept alive. Here's a shot. That's a save by McGillivray. Penalty corner coming up for the Huskies.
What a great set of plays, and you know, this is another element of goalkeeping that you just have to be ready for anything. And I don't think Cam's touched the ball for a while now, but right. You just have to be able to make a save at any moment and be warmed up and be mentally in the game to deny that really excellent shot on goal.
Jessica Dombrowski scored the first one of the day. She's taking this penalty corner. This is McKenna Sergi with the great denial, the turnover, the follow-up. And here's Dombrowski to start it. The shot, the goal! UConn's got a late lead. Yandevert with the goal. The Huskies are on top.
I was hoping we'd see one of those drag flicks that we've been talking about all day at some point, and what an excellent display of a really technical skill from UConn. Just crossed the cage, and it looked like we had Cam was a bit off balance, maybe stuck on her right leg a bit, and then just crossed the cage for a really excellent corner shot.
Excellent stick stop. Perfect feed from Dickinson. Put it on a platter, and that couldn't have been sent any more into the side of the cage. So now some urgency from Old Dominion. Sprecher lets that one go into the cage as it was from too deep, and nobody deflected it.
And you can see why that shot's so lethal. Hands are apart. You can go anywhere. High, low, right, left. It's really deceptive, and she just executed it so well.
UConn going into its late game protective mode, which in this situation, a turnover cost them a game against UMass.
We have another card coming out, just another tackle from behind from number 17 on ODU, and we're sticking with the green cards. That's 2 more minutes out with 40 seconds to go. So if ODU is able to score and ties this up, that card would also continue into overtime.
On Old Dominion, number 17,
Young.
Frederiksen-Bergen.
UConn looks to rag time here in the closing minute.
And this is all about game management, and it is, it is just amazing, truly, that we saw UConn practicing this exact scenario yesterday of game management, keeping the ball on the field, wasting some time. And I asked Paul after their practice, why are we practicing that, Paul, exactly? This is very specific and niche. And he was like, this is the situation we get ourselves in all the time.
DeBrina with the drive. It goes off of Dickinson. The final seconds tick down, and UConn advances to the championship. The officials are waiting to see whether more time should be put on the clock.
Remember, they have to go 5 yards before they can play it back into the circle. So Marlon on the ball, she'll either have to dribble for 5 yards, pass to her teammates 5 yards away before they can play into the circle.
And that's it. UConn advances to yet another Big East Championship title game.
The final score of today's game is UConn 2.
The UConn Huskies come in as the number 2 seed, and against the 3-seeded upstart Old Dominion Monarch to come in ranked higher than the Huskies in the national rankings. It's UConn that comes away with the 2-1 victory.